Hey friends, and welcome back to another pottery tutorial. Today we are doing a wonderful beginner project. This is the soap dish. So first you want to cut out all your templates. We have SD1, which is the body of the soap dish. We have SD2, which will be the 2 feet. And then there's also a foot guide attached. So you want to cut them all out along the dotted lines. Then we're going to be rolling a 1/2 centimeter slab, and you want to cut out SD1 once and SD2 twice. Next, I recommend you put them in front of the fan for a little bit, or you can, if you don't have a fan, just let them sit out and dry out a little bit. This will make the next steps easier because your clay won't be quite so floppy. And you can take some time right now to tidy up your slab pieces. This will make it easier to smooth things out later on if you're working with nice smooth pieces from the beginning. Okay, now you want to use your soap dish foot guide to bend the feet, and you could shape these feet however you want, but if you want them to look like they are in the project tutorial and all the photos, you can use this guide. And if your soap dish feet start cracking a little bit, that's totally fine. Just use your finger to smooth those out. If they're really, really deep cracks, it's possible that your clay is a little bit too dried out. So I would recommend in that case just cutting out new feet there. But little cracks can just be smoothed out. Next, you want to transfer the feet to your soap dish so that you can mark where they're going to be attached. And then slip and score. And if you have any extra scoring lines, you can use a paintbrush or a sponge to clean those up. It's going to be a lot easier to clean those up now during this step. Okay, now we want to shape the soap dish a little bit so that your soap stays nicely in the dish and doesn't flop off the edge. So we're going to be slowly shaping and pulling up the edges and pushing down the inside. We want a nice soft curve to our soap dish. And once your soap dish has a nice soft angle, we're going to be cutting out a few holes here. Now, you don't have to cut out holes. Some people don't like it when their soap drips onto their counter. It just depends if your counter is like part of the sink or not. It's completely up to you. You don't have to add the holes. But I do recommend them if you are going to be putting your soap dish on your sink, because then your soap will last a heck of a lot longer. And then our soap dish is all finished, so you can go ahead and let it dry out. Once it's bone dry, we're gonna pop it into the kiln for the first firing. And then we're gonna put a simple white glaze on it. Bianca has these incredibly cool tongs. You absolutely don't need these tongs. You can just use normal glazing tongs or even just your fingers to dip them into the glaze. Wipe off the bottom where the glaze is going to touch your kiln shelf and pop it back into the kiln. And here is our final result. I think the soap dish is just so adorably cute. It's a simple soap dish that can match pretty much anyone's bathroom style, and I even have it in my very own bathroom at home. Alright friends, I hope that you enjoyed that tutorial. I'll see you next month with a new one. Bye friends.